Brad, would you like to share a little bit of your life and sounds with us today? And
Um,
how do you choose an instrument? You know, do you write music?
well,
I mean, I
um,
have heard you play a lot of standards
right, yeah,
with your own approach to the performance of the instruments in
right,
this guitar and also on the 12 string. And
right, yeah.
I was really impressed with a lot of your colors. You know,
Oh,
a
thank
lot
you.
of your techniques on the right hand, the
Yeah,
harmonic stuff that you do, and but that was the only time I saw you play. But I don't
right,
know if you're a composer. I have heard
yeah,
that you have played for Ray Charles for several
right,
years.
yeah.
Other than that, I don't know.
Right. Well, the great thing about music is that it's so vast, and also guitar is so vast. Because guitar, there's, it's in so many kinds of music, and so that's always I'm always just curious and drawn to different styles and bring and I guess I'm coming from a jazz place, maybe number one, but really, you know, music from all over the world influences me, and I try to be impacted by that, and I do compose, and I try to and I've a couple CDs out, and I try my music. I try to reflect, coming from a jazz background, foundation maybe, but also other elements, and bringing in different techniques and playing
Um,
different instruments. And
were you born here in California? Or no?
yeah, I
Yeah.
was born in Pasadena,
Oh wow,
and
look at that.
lived here all my life. Thought about moving other places, and thought about New York, but really Los Angeles is such a big music scene.
Yeah.
It seemed sort of
Pasadena means
yeah.
the crown of the valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the meaning of the word.
Oh, cool.
I always like to know what things mean.
Yeah. Well, that me too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's a Chumash word.
Okay.
But anyway, so the influences along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. So just well, I mean, started out playing rock. Obviously because growing up in California, and but then really quickly got attracted to the improvisational element and the interactive element of music. And so that's really what appeals to me, even more than composing, is just the interaction when one or two or more people are playing, and that they're listening, and they're you know feeding ideas back and forth, and that you create something that's beyond what just the one person can create,
Right. I
and
mean,
it's pulled in different directions.
I saw you perform with that wonderful guitarist at the
Oh yeah,
Great
David
Guitar.
Becker. Yeah,
David.
David Becker. Yeah,
David Becker. And
yeah,
you guys, I mean, there was a lot of trying to get to know, well,
right.
the
Yeah,
moment and
yeah,
the language, but then you guys got into like a really, I like to call it magical
yeah.
moments, and because you feel it. It's like
Right.
when magic is there, it's like gravity goes away.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, away, it's just like, oh, what's going on? So that was a nice treat.
Yeah. Well, I really live for those moments, and that's what to me, I'm always trying to get to those points where the music just goes somewhere, and you're not really, and you can't totally control it, and you can't, you just got to let it happen, and you just get out of the way, and not try to force it, and not and it's like a bar of soap in a tub, and you're trying to grab it real quick, and it's just squirting
Yeah,
out of your hands. You just got to sort of let things
yeah, they
you
fall
know
into place.
fall into place. Yeah, and then pick up that bar of soap, and just
Now,
carefully, and then you've got it, and then go, oh yeah, this is great.
let me ask you a tricky question.
Yeah.
Do you pick your instruments or your instruments pick you?
um well, I think it's interesting way you asked that,
Yeah.
because I never really thought of it that way. But your instruments do kind of pick you, because when you pick up an instrument, you kind of know pretty quick. Even though
That's right.
I know all about how everything goes, and I know, okay, action and pickups and all these things, and we're thinking about that. But still, when you pick up an instrument, you pretty quickly if like, I can go into a guitar store and go through a bunch of guitars, and I'll just pick it up and play a couple chords and put them down, because just somehow and then you'll pick up a guitar and you go, oh yeah, this is,
Yeah.
and you're not even sure necessarily exactly why sometimes
Right.
that it even speaks to you, but
Well, I would say that, I mean, the magic approach fits everything, not just
yeah,
music.
yeah,
And in this case, when people put their passion into creating an instrument,
yeah,
probably that's what you're akin to, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
somehow
yeah.
there is a immediate relationship,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and when the tool is of what high quality, I personally feel like more of what I really want to say comes through.
Right, right, right. Well, it's not getting in the way.
Right.
It's allowing what you're trying to say on the instrument come through. You're not fighting, fighting this extra adversary.
Right.
Because it's hard enough. Like I said, just getting to these places where you can actually be creative and stuff, and you don't want to be at the same time going, "Oh man, I wish this guitar did this other thing,"
Yeah, right.
or
To have
whatever.
like a diamond here.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, anyway, so would you like to perform something? You know, like share
Um,
with us. I mean,
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. So, and by the way, of course, the strings are important too. I should say.
of course.
And these are Optima strings, which I'm really been enjoying the sound of those. And anyway, so one thing that's I kind of like the sound of different weird chords.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
some
Thank you.
chords.
Thank you. Thank you.